Yo, what's going on, people? Back again with another weekly market outlook. Gonna be having a look at Bitcoin today, see what's going down. Before we jump into any opinions, as always, all views expressed in these videos are for educational purposes only, not to be taken as any sort of financial advice. All of that, all of that, all of that. So now we got that out of the way, let's get started. So actually been a nice week for Bitcoin. We spoke last week, which would have been the 1st of April, so April Fool's Day. And price just pretty much just hovering around this region as we talked about, potentially range bound, this high to low here. So I think what we talked about was my premise at the time was it was more likely to reach up, take these stops at 7,000 before any clear direction of movement. Now I think that's kind of playing out nicely. So let's zoom down to a daily and actually see what happened. So as we were talking about last week, main issue was so many. I mean, if you want to go and check on last week's video, so many stops would have been sat around here. The talk of the town on Twitter was, oh, as soon as price gets to 60 something, 100, I'm going to short it. You would hear everyone saying this. And I think when the general consensus is all one way in any trading format, you always got a time to think outside the box, go against the grain. I remember a long time ago, a training course I was on. I used to be a social worker before I got into crypto. We were doing a training day, and I remember they were asking all these questions, and they were telling people, if you believe this is the right answer, stand on this side of the room. If you believe that's the right answer, stand on that side of the room. All I did for the ones I didn't know was just go against the opposite of the majority of the people. So I remember one question, everyone stood on one side of the room. So I just went and walked on the other, sort of my own. Lo and behold, I was right. So, it's not to say that it's always going to be right, but just from my general consensus is someone who's been around trading for, more than 7 years, is majority of people are dumb. When I say that, it's not like they're not intelligent, it's just that they don't think for themselves. So what tends to happen is a few people tend to latch onto an idea, premise. More and more people then jump on behind it because they think this guy's right, because he's got a big Twitter following or he trades or whatever. And, sometimes it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of the time, it will just go against the opposite of the majority. But anyway, so yeah, we've seen price run this level, so them stops are now taken. So let's mark that up. Price has continued its movement up since. I mean, I think the underlying premise for me would be if we didn't have this black swan event here with coronavirus, etc., we would have been pumping right now into the halving and probably, maybe reached a peak around this time, 4 weeks or so before. What I can potentially see happening, now we've covered what happened last week, is a run up over the next couple of weeks, shake out all these people who are looking to short the market. And I think the overall target, potentially still in my eyes, we talked about this over the last couple of weeks since we started doing these videos, this 10,500 level here. I mean, just too many stops are going to be sat here. What you're going to find now over the next couple of weeks, every man and his dog will want to try and catch the top to short. Very similar to when we go down, everyone's posting their screenshots of their entry. Go with the trade. Go with the entry, man. I mean, if you want to short this, maybe wait for a particular area to short into. Don't do it on a whim. I mean, this 6,300 level. The thing I can assume it just correlated with this previous support here, and potentially people were thinking of it as resistance. Anyway, I'm not here to debate people's entries. We're here to talk about potential price movement and premise and bias. So, as I mentioned, do look like we're in a kind of slight upward trend at the moment based on the fundamentals, also general recovery in the legacy markets as well over the last few weeks since the Armageddon on the 13th. And yeah, I mean, as I said, price for me probably wants to run up to this level. Isn't going to happen overnight. Always up, down, in waves. So first area we're looking for, I mean, we're pretty much filled in all this inefficiency here from this dump candle. Really just want to kind of maybe see it go up to 7.5k just to fully fill that in. And then areas to look out for after that. I mean, this looks like an area of potential resistance, but I would have more confluence with the order block here. This is the order block before the massive price drop. I mean, you could class this as an order block. It's too weak for my liking. So we're going to be looking at this area here, which is just under the 9k level, and then potentially just keep referencing order blocks every time we move up. So what's this one at 9,600? And then finally the big boy, the daddy, you can see our price reacted to this order block here. Boom, run up, down. Again, same thing here, order block, boom, and one final move. So yeah, just to wrap this up, guys, price looking decent right now. Obviously build your own premise. The reason I've done this is just how I feel, just with experience really. Price could nuke tomorrow, so that's why we always say, you know, it's not financial advice. I'm not qualified to do this. Qualified to give you parenting advice and support and and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm definitely not qualified to give financial advice. So yeah, I mean, you know, see how it goes, guys. One last thing before I go, was supposed to do this altcoin review last Sunday. Going to be honest, just kind of feeling a bit down at the moment in terms of isolation and, you know, being at home. Probably just need to improve my routine a little bit. So I'll get that up this weekend. Just missing a lot of things in my life, you know. I guess everyone is. And, you know, on that note, it kind of just makes me realise, you know, when we come out at the end of this corona shit, don't take life for granted anymore, guys. Don't fucking sit around and waste your life looking at a chart when you're not even properly invested in that coin, or you've got so little in there that, you know, if you lost £10 out of your pocket, $10, you wouldn't even think twice about it. If you bought a stranger, you know, a drink at the bar and it cost you $10, you don't want to think twice about these things, man. So life is short, guys. Fucking enjoy it, you know. Trading is such an insignificant part of these things. Now you realise you can't see your mum, you can't see your dad, brothers, sisters, friends, colleagues, you know. So anyway, right guys, wrap it up at that. So as we said, on the downside I didn't mention, so if price is going to retrace, again we look for order blocks as reference points, so retrace back to potentially 6,950, I think this is, so 6,9, yes, 6,874, I'm getting confused, about 6,900 level. This one, I mean, you can see price has been respecting these as it dips back down. This one maybe not so much, but, you know, boom, dip down, now we've got this level here. So first level looking at 6,800, 6,900, and then potentially this one, but I think if it runs back to this level, not looking too good. You always want to see a nice reaction from the open of the body here. So boom, price dips in, oof, you know, rushes away. Volume is actually decent as well. You can see a nice volume cloud building up here, indicating, you know, increasing volume over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, let's see how it goes, guys. I'm doing the fib the wrong way. Anyway, I'm getting confused. I changed what it is. I changed it around to try something out with the extensions, and I just had to flip the way it was done. But now I think it's mashed it up, so I'm gonna have to try that. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, as always, like and subscribe. Bringing you more content over the next couple of weeks. And any comments and questions, as always, please just hit us up below. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and I'll see you next week.